I don't know why I find it such a battle to pray. I mean, I know that it is the best use of my time. I know that it is an amazing privilege to be able to come before the creator of the whole universe. I know that I need it desperately. I know that God wants me to do it. And I know that God answers and that prayer is a powerful weapon. So why is it such a battle? This is one of the mysteries that I grapple with amongst other mysteries, like, why would God need me to pray? He does, he's all powerful. He will do what he wants to do regardless of whether I pray or not. Why does God want me to persist in prayer? Why isn't one prayer enough? Why does he encourage me to keep going? Why do I have unanswered prayer seemingly when I pray and things don't happen the way that I expect they will? And why should I pray with faith? Why is that a thing that I need to pray in faith? All these mysteries are difficult to grapple with, and I feel like I'm a work in progress learning about prayer. But there's a couple of things that I have felt that I've grown in understanding in just since being a parent, because I begin to understand a little bit of how God relates to us, which is similar to how I relate to our children. We've got 3 sons, so in my house I'm outnumbered 4-1 by males. And it's silly, but one of the things that I'm most worried about is that when the boys are teenagers, who's going to talk to me? Are they going to talk to me? I guess what I want most out of my children is that they will speak to me. I don't really care what they talk to me about, whether it's a 45-minute monologue on their newest computer game that I'm not at all interested in, or whatever it is. I just want them to talk to me. I want to have a relationship with me. And I guess it's the same with God. God sees us as his children and he wants relationship with us. And so I understand why I need to pray, because when I pray, I draw close to God and he draws close to me. And somehow when I pray, God changes me. So that's why to pray. Another mystery that parenthood helps me with is persisting in prayer. Just the other week, my son came to me and he said, "Mummy, please, will you get me more of those mini custards today? I love them." I said, "No, I shop on Saturdays. You'll just have to wait a few days and then I'll get them when I go to the shops again. I've got other things to do today." He said, "Please, please, Mummy, will you get them?" Again and again, all the way to school. Well, when he got back and he looked in the fridge and he saw the custards there, he grinned at me and he said, "Mummy, I knew you'd go and get them." I said, "How did you know?" "Because I never promised I would get them." He said, "Well, I know that you love me and you know that I love custard. So there you go." Perseverance and faith. And I guess persisting and persevering in prayer, there's a thing about that, and God wants us to do it. And having faith that what we ask for is what God wants is also a thing. Now, there's a caveat to that, and that's one of the other mysteries, unanswered prayer. Obviously, if I believe I'm going to get a Ferrari and keep on praying to God, that's not necessarily going to happen. And I guess being a parent helps me understand that a little bit too. Just the other day, my 2 bigger boys came to me and they were really upset and they said, "Mummy, we've prayed every day to God that he will help us to complete the sucker level on Monkey City and he hasn't. Does that mean he doesn't love us?" You can imagine my response. I suppressed a smile, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. Do you not think God has more pressing matters to deal with? Gave them a hug and tried to explain why God doesn't answer all of our prayers. Now, I know my prayers aren't like that, but I have had multiple unanswered prayers about jobs that I would like to get, or bonuses I would like to get, or you know, God just helping me out with exams, that sort of thing. And I guess our prayers sometimes are a little bit like, God, can you help me complete the sucker level to God, because God sees the bigger picture. He knows what's good for us. Sometimes he wants us to learn through experiences, but sometimes our prayers are not as trivial as that. They're much more serious and much more in line with what God wants to do, but still we have unanswered prayer, and that's tricky. But God is writing his own story with each one of us, and I guess I understand that a little bit more. Finally, it's difficult praying in isolation, isn't it? It's hard when you're not with other people. But a friend encouraged me recently that praying is a bit like sitting on a cannon and shooting cannonballs out. It's a powerful weapon, and even on our own, we can pray far and wide, and prayer is powerful and effective.